We are finally back with another update for watchOS 11 in the form of 11.2 Beta 1. Before we even get into this video, there has been a lot of conversation around what Apple has done ever since watchOS 11 has dropped, and really since 11.1 and now hopefully not into 11.2. But a lot of people are starting to say that these updates have been really kind of quote unquote lazy. And if you guys saw our prior beta videos, we have to tend to agree. There is not a lot of innovation or new features really being added in quite some time. And unfortunately, from what we're seeing initially with 11.2, that theme seems to carry on. There might be some changes about how you're forced closing an app, where how you used to hold the crown and the power button. That was kind of gone away now, where you can now swipe up and it's been made a little more iOS-like, but unfortunately this isn't innovative or a great feature that we've been waiting on. So having said that, I feel like this video might be a little boring again, unfortunately, but let's jump into watchOS 11.2 Beta 1, take a look at the build number, and see what's going on. What's very surprising is that this update did come in at 3 gigabytes on our Apple Watch Ultra 2, which is significantly larger than the few hundred megabytes that we typically see. That was promising, but let's see what's going on. watchOS 11.2 Beta 1 just finished installing on our Apple Watch Ultra 2, and just quickly jumping around through this update, it's going to be easier to talk about what is not added in here than what is. So first things first, like we said in that intro, this build shockingly came in at 3 gigabytes, and I cannot recall seeing an watchOS build that large in a while. Comment down below if you do, but that was something that really took us off guard, and it actually errored out for a while we were trying to install it. We ended up having to reset our iPhone and also reset our watch quite a few times. I shouldn't say reset, we restarted them both. And then eventually they synced together and it started working, but by no means was this a typical good install process. Let's jump right into the watch app, go into general and about. And as you can see here, this has a build of 22S5077D. If you're familiar with the Apple beta cycles and all that, the letter at the end signifies how ready it is for release, and the closer to the beginning of the alphabet, the sooner we are likely to get the final beta or golden master or RC, the release candidate. It's all the same thing here. So having said that this is a D build, we are probably 2 to 3 betas away, and if Apple is going to stick to releasing all of these betas around the same time, watchOS 11.2 and iOS 18.2 should be released in the first week of December here, most likely on the 2nd or 3rd. So that ties in. We should have a couple betas. It's going to be a busy November for Apple to get all of these things ready, but needless to say, that is kind of what we're looking at for a release cycle. Kind of what makes this even more interesting too is these release notes that we got today. So watchOS 11.2 beta release notes has 2 items in here. One is for StoreKit only, that it says it resolved an issue with the subscription store view, and then Swift UI. That is it. For a 3 gigabyte size upload, that is pretty insane to say the least. Not really sure what's going on. We did a little digging. In the few hours we've had it, we haven't seen anything really substantial to justify that file size, but who knows what's coming. Like I said also, unfortunately, what you're not going to find here are no custom smart stack options. You're kind of still stuck with whatever the watch thinks is necessary. I did also see a lot of people talking about watch faces and obviously the second hands that are in the new Series 10. This is apparently due to hardware, not software, as Apple explained, for the new Series 10 displays, but I still think this is an easy fix, but it could cause issues with battery drain, which is why they're probably not implementing it. And really, if people wanted to opt in for it and take a little battery life hit to have that second-hand countdown on the applicable watch faces, it's something that they can do very easily, and this just seems to be, quite honestly, a little lazy from Apple. There is also now still not a Now Playing compilation either. I, I honestly don't know exactly what's going on, guys. This seems like yet again another lazy update for watchOS 11. Now, jumping around like we have been doing recently, checking out some of the apps and all of the widgets, it works. As you can see, the browser's pulling up. You get all your information here if you want. Jumping into activities, everything works smooth. It's so good to the point it is boring, which isn't a bad thing. It's bad when you keep updating the software and not giving the users any new features. I think that's the most frustrating aspect and why a lot of users are starting to get a little frustrated with this. As you guys saw right there, again, no Apple AI or Apple Intelligence features. You have the old Siri logo still. Nothing new with that. If you go into your multitasking view, you can now swipe to close those apps like I was saying, but there's really nothing here to say, hey, go run and download this update. It's just not there, guys. This is another boring update or lazy update, so to speak. So I'm not going to waste any more time. You guys get the point. Comment down below, what's your thoughts on watchOS coming into the end of 2024? Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.